The note said she was safe, but she was never found. For over a decade, the beaches of Long Island held a secret. Rows of bodies hidden beneath the sand, mothers, daughters, sisters, forgotten in the dark. And then, in the summer of 2023, police opened the door of a quiet architect's home in Massapequa Park. What they found inside would turn the Gilgo Beach killings from mystery to nightmare. This is the story of the Gilgo Beach murders, a case that haunted New York for years. And the arrest of the man accused of orchestrating terror from behind the mask of a normal life, Rex Heuermann. The Gilgo Beach murders was soon widely known as the architect of death. Gilgo Beach, a stretch of sand on the south shore of Long Island, popular in summer, remote in winter. The kind of place families barbecued by day, but by night, it was isolated. A thin line of houses, marshes, and empty roads. To the community, it was a place of freedom. But for more than a decade, it would become synonymous with death. Between 1996 and 2010, at least 11 sets of human remains were discovered along Ocean Parkway, near Gilgo and Oak Beach. Most were women. Many were sex workers. Some were never identified. The press gave him a name, the Long Island serial killer. For years, the case dragged on. Leads went cold, suspects came and went, families begged for justice. And all the while, somewhere in the shadows, the killer watched. They were more than victims, they were women with families. With dreams, with people who loved them. Megan Waterman, 22, a young mother from Maine, last seen in a Hauppauge motel in 2010. Amber Lynn Koslow, 27, from North Babylon. She struggled with addiction, but was known for her humor and resilience. Maureen Brainard-Barnes, 25, a single mom from Connecticut who loved reading and singing. Melissa Barthelemy, 24, a hairdresser from the Bronx whose family remembered her as ambitious and caring. And more, some still without names, women reduced to Jane Doe and skeletal remains. Each disappearance began with hope, flyers, phone calls. Families searching, but as years passed, hope turned to silence. Between 2007 and 2010, young women working as escorts through Craigslist began to vanish. Their families reported them missing. Police investigated. But many times, the stigma around sex work made the cases feel less urgent. Then, in December 2010, everything changed. Shannon Gilbert, a 23-year-old escort from New Jersey, had vanished after running from a client's home in Oak Beach. Police began searching the area. They didn't find Shannon. But instead, along the tall grasses by Ocean Parkway, they found something else. A burlap sack. Inside, human remains. And then another, and another. By the time the search ended, 4 women had been found, all wrapped in burlap. The Gilgo Four, the discoveries didn't stop. As police widened their search, more remains surfaced, partial skeletons, dismembered bodies, some belonging to women, others to men, even a toddler. By 2011, at least 11 victims had been linked to the case. The community was horrified. Parents kept children inside. The media swarmed. A serial killer was living among them. And no one knew who it was. Fear gripped Long Island. Taxi drivers refused to take fares near Gilgo Beach. Residents avoided the parkway at night. Families warned daughters not to answer unknown calls. Rumors spread. Was it a police officer? A fisherman? A local resident who knew the marshes well? Everyone had a theory. No one had an answer. And the killer remained free. For the families, the pain was unbearable. They begged police to act. They held vigils in the cold. They kept hope alive when the world moved on. Melissa Barthelomew's sister, Amanda, received phone calls from Melissa's phone after she went missing. The man on the other end taunted her, laughed, told her Melissa was dead. For Amanda, those calls are seared into memory. For the public, it was proof the killer wasn't just violent. He was cruel. He wanted to be heard. The investigation stretched for years. Detectives interviewed hundreds of people. Psychologists profiled the killer, but the case went nowhere. A Suffolk County police chief even resigned amid controversy, accused of mishandling evidence. Cold case detectives pored over DNA, phone records, witness statements. Nothing stuck. The killer seemed invisible. By 2022, new forensic technology gave investigators fresh hope. DNA collected from the burlap wrappings and hair strands was re-examined, and it pointed them in a new direction. Detectives narrowed their focus to a man few suspected. A man who looked like anyone else, Rex Heuermann. July 13, 2023. After years of silence, police swarmed a quiet home in Massapequa Park. The man they arrested was no drifter, no shadowy figure. He was a 59-year-old Manhattan architect, a father, a husband, a man with an office near the Empire State Building. His name, Rex Heuermann. Inside Heuermann's home, investigators found an arsenal of evidence: firearms, cell phones linked to burner accounts used to contact victims, a box of IDs belonging to women, and strands of hair that matched DNA from the crime scenes. Even more chilling, his computer searches. Heuermann spent years researching serial killers, studying their methods, collecting images of victims. It was as if he had been preparing, perfecting his mask. In August 2023, Rex Heuermann was formally charged with the murders of Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello. Prosecutors described him as a predator who hunted women using fake identities and burner phones. In court, he pleaded not guilty. But the evidence was damning: DNA, cell phone records, witness testimony. For families, it was the moment they had waited more than a decade for. Justice. The Gilgo Beach murders remind us that evil can wear the face of normalcy. A husband, a father, an architect, but beneath the mask was a man prosecutors say bound women in burlap, left them in the sand, and lived among his neighbors as if nothing had happened. The case is ongoing. The trial continues. But for the families of Melissa, Megan, Amber, and Maureen, answers are finally within reach. And as night falls over Long Island, the waves still crash against Gilgo Beach, a place that holds secrets, grief, and a chilling truth. Even the most ordinary face can hide a monster. This is Crime Scene Chronicles. We tell these stories to remember the victims, to keep their names alive, and to uncover the darkness that hides in plain sight. If this story moved you, help us keep telling them. Like this video, share it with others, leave a comment, we want to hear your thoughts. And subscribe to Crime Scene Chronicles for more true crime stories that demand to be told.